Guys, we're going to change it up a little bit. I know we're probably tired of the NFL frauds videos, so today we're going to talk about something new. If you don't know, my name is Alula. Thank you for watching the video or clicking on the video. Who knows if you're going to watch the whole thing. But listen, today I want to talk about Wimbledon, tennis, right? Alula, you don't know anything about tennis. I got it. You're right. I really don't know that much about tennis. But lately I've been watching the French Open, the Wimbledon, and I've come to a conclusion. Carlos Alcaraz, who just won Wimbledon, has GOAT potential. Alula, he only has 2 majors. You're way over your skis. What are you talking about? We need context. I got you. So basically, Carlos Alcaraz, right, just beat Novak Djokovic on Sunday in the men's final of Wimbledon. And if you don't know, Wimbledon is done on grass. There's grass courts, clay courts, hard courts. Wimbledon's grass. And Novak Djokovic, which I'm sure you guys have all heard of, is the king of grass. He doesn't lose at Wimbledon. I think he's won the last 4 years. Alcaraz beat him on Sunday, right? Alcaraz, a 19, 20-year-old. Now, in Novak's defense, he's 36, and I'm sure he says that he's the best he's ever been right now. But athletically speaking, your prime athleticism probably isn't at 36. You know, it's going to be, for tennis, I'm guessing early 30s, late 20s is when you're your best mentally, physically. But, you know, I don't want to doubt what Novak Djokovic says. But it's funny because in the interview after the match, I'm pretty sure Novak said, Carlos has traits of all 3 of us. The 3 he's referring to being Rafael Nadal, Roger Federer, and then himself, Novak Djokovic. Carlos Alcaraz, just from what I've been watching, and I watched him in the U.S. Open as well. That's from a good friend of mine, Nick. He told me about this Alcaraz kid. He was like, watch out for him. We watched it. You know, I went to his house all the time or his apartment. We would watch the tennis matches. And Alcaraz, absolutely stunning fashion. The things he would do just makes you want to watch. He's that good. So going into Wimbledon, right? French Open, which was in June. Let's talk about that first. Alcaraz played Novak, lost to Novak, but Alcaraz experienced some serious cramping after the second set. So, you know, we didn't really get a good feel of who really would have won that if they were both completely healthy. Alcaraz plays him on grass on Sunday, beats him. Alcaraz also doesn't have a lot of people that are around his age that are even close to him, in my opinion. I mean, nobody. You got guys like Sinner, another Italian. I think Berrettini's his name. He's pretty good. Tsitsipas. I think he might be a little bit older. Medvedev. You know, Rune is very young, Norwegian kid. He's very good, but a little hot-headed. You know, it's hard for me to say who's going to compete with Alcaraz once Novak is gone. You know what I mean? It looks like he has the ability to win 20, 25 majors. Novak has 23 or 24 right now. We'll see what he retires with. But to me, Alcaraz has real GOAT potential. Just watching him, I mean, it reminds me of like watching Mahomes. Like everyone wants to watch Mahomes, even if you're not an NFL fan. It's interesting because he's so, you know, he's so different. He's so unique. That's how Alcaraz is, right? And Mahomes has a Burrow. He has a rival. Burrow has that Tom Brady. A lot of people compare Burrow with Tom Brady. Obviously, Burrow isn't Tom Brady. That's not what I'm saying. I'm just, you know, Burrow he's shown that he's a good rival. He's 3-1 against Mahomes. There's no one like that for Alcaraz. Who can really mess with Alcaraz? I don't know anybody right now. That's all I'm saying. So I just found that interesting. Wanted to throw that out there for you tennis fans. Moving on, and I'll keep this part short because I can ramble about this. Running backs. If you don't know, you live under your rock or you don't follow NFL news, whatever. Saquon Barkley and Josh Jacobs are angry because they didn't get their contract extensions. I don't know if they're angry, but I would imagine that they are because they didn't get extended. Now, I want to preface this by saying running backs and Russell Westbrook. Those are 2 things that I've been very early on, very right about, and they're also very similar. Why? Because both hold little to no value in winning games, right? So let me start with Westbrook. Russell Westbrook, great player, supposedly, but great player, whatever. Averaged a triple-double, 3 years, right? All 3 years, well, more than 3 years, but in OKC after KD left, Those 3 years when he was without KD and OKC, he averaged a triple-double 3 seasons. He won 4 playoff games. 1 playoff game against Houston the first year after KD left. 2 playoff games against the Jazz, who were led by a rookie in scoring, Donovan Mitchell. Lost that series 4-2. And then 1 playoff game against the Blazers when Damian hit that crazy shot and waved him by. Or waved Paul George by. Why are you saying all this, Alula? Russell Westbrook was confused as being greater than he was because of the numbers he put up. Right? He actually he wasn't that valuable. He wasn't as valuable as people said. Running backs, wow. I mean, in comparison to Westbrook, I mean, obviously, it's apples and oranges, but running backs hold even less value. Which position is less valuable than a running back? Long snapper? I mean, honestly, which position is easier to find through the draft, through free agency, through training camps or undrafted, whatever? Which position is easier to find than running back? None. You can't even say kickers, and kickers are so important. How many times do we see NFL teams and NFL fans absolutely rage and lose their minds because kickers are blowing games? There's really only like 15 to 20 good, not even 20, there's like 12 to 15 good, reliable kickers in the NFL. Honestly. Maybe not even that. I got to check the numbers. Punters, there's not a whole lot of great punters. It's hard to get a great punter. Field position's everything in football if you know anything about football. I mean, punters are very important. Special teams is very important. Long snapper, okay, you got me there. Anywhere on the offensive line? No. Anywhere on the defensive line? No. Anywhere in the secondary? No. Linebacker, not that valuable, but more valuable than a running back in my opinion. I'd rather have a great linebacker than a great running back. And if you look at the previous Super Bowl champions, I didn't plan this, so I'm just going through my head. Chiefs this past year didn't have a great running back. They had a rookie, Pacheco, which they got in the 6th round or 5th round or something. And you saw how good he was. The examples are everywhere, right? The year before, who won the Rams didn't have a great running back. Year before that, Buccaneers, Leonard Fournette had got cut by the Jags, and he wasn't making that much money on the Bucs. They just signed him for $7-8 million. Right? Year before that, 2019, the Chiefs again who was their running back? Clyde Edwards-Helaire was their running back that year. Come on, get real. 2018, the Patriots when they beat the Rams, right? Who did they James White? Guys, 2017, the Eagles. Who was their running back? Boston Scott. Seriously, guys, think about just when has a great running back led his team and won the Super Bowl? It doesn't happen. It's not real. It's fiction. Okay? So what I'm trying to say is, I get it. I know that it's not fair, right? But life isn't fair. We all know that by now. And GMs have to do what's best for the organization. If I'm an NFL GM, why would I give a running back after his 3 or 4 year rookie deal? Why would I give him $14, $16 million a season if, just looking at history, we see Zeke. We all know what happened with Zeke. I was dead right about Zeke. Hey, Ryan, that's a shot for you. Ryan, we all know what happened with Zeke. I try to tell you. Todd Gurley, Dalvin Cook. The injuries are a real concern. The running backs, their peak years are their first 4 or 5 years. Most running backs tail off dramatically after that. Derrick Henry is an aberration. This stuff you have to understand. You can't pay these running backs top dollar. Why would you pay a running back top dollar when you can grab 80% or 70% of a great running back? You can get that value in the draft, in the 3rd round or 4th round. Financially speaking, it makes no sense. I'm a Colts fan. I love Jonathan Taylor. I think he's amazing. He's a great guy, first of all. which I don't think is very common in professional athletes, but he's really down to earth. He's a sweet, nice guy. Everyone knows that about Jonathan Taylor. Smart kid, Wisconsin grad, runs a 4.3, super tough runner, hits the hole really hard. But do I want to pay Jonathan Taylor $16 million a year? I have questions. I don't know. And Jonathan Taylor is like the perfect guy. All Colts fans love Jonathan Taylor. I love Jonathan Taylor. But financially speaking, you have to be honest about these things. You have to look at it at a dollar's point of view. So Steelers fans, you guys got Najee Harris. I'm sure the Steelers fans love Najee. He's great, and he actually spoke out about it. But y'all want to pay him $15-16 million a season? It's something you have to think about. Running backs just don't have that value. And it sucks because it's unfair to that high schooler that's playing running back right now. He's NFL talent, going to play in the NFL, and he's going to get hoed by these teams and GMs just because the position he plays is very replaceable. High supply and low to medium. I mean, there's high demand, but it's not really high demand. It's like medium to low demand. Like, anyone can get a running back at any time. You can pick up somebody off the street. I mean, 2014, I remember the Patriots got somebody off the street. I'm forgetting his name. I forget his name. But, Sunday Night Football, he came to our crib. He gave us 4 touchdowns and 200 yards. A couple weeks later, he was late to a practice or he missed a meeting, and Bill Belichick cut him. Running backs don't matter. I'm sorry. Like, somebody had to say it. So that's about all for this video. It's tailing a little bit too long, 12 minutes. I'll try to put a timestamp if whoever wants to watch tennis part, whoever just wants to skip to football. But thank you for watching. My spiel about that, listen, running backs, sorry. Facts are facts. That's all for today's episode. Stay healthy, drink water, have a great rest of your week, and always remember to smile. Bye.